Hello students, today we will learn about chapter Heredity and Evolution. This is chapter number 9 in 10th class science book. In today's video we will learn about definition of heredity and Mendel's laws of inheritance on the basis of monohybrid cross done by Mendel. Let's start it. Heredity. Heredity is passing of traits from parents to the offspring. We can say this means transfer of transfer of characters from the parents to the offspring. And this takes place due to the genes. How can we define genes? Genes are units of inheritance. And when we study the transfer of genes, when we study about heredity, that branch of science is known as genetics. In this diagram, here it is depicted that within the cell, within the nucleus of the cell, there are chromosomes, and chromosomes are made up of DNA and proteins. And here the detailed structure of DNA is given, that DNA consists of sugar and phosphodiester backbone. Two sugars are linked to each other by phosphodiester bond, and the nitrogenous bases are stacked within the helix. Here two kind of nitrogenous bases are shown. One is thymine, other one is adenine. And thymine pair up with adenine by 2 hydrogen bonds, whereas guanine pair up with cytosine by 3 hydrogen bonds. A trait which is genetically passed down from one generation to another is known as inherited trait, whereas the trait or the character which we acquire from our environment, that character, that trait is known as acquired trait. After birth, we acquire so many of characters we acquire from our environment. We learn many skills, like if you learn how to do painting, how to dance, that is your acquired trait. But your eye color, your height, your hair color, your complexion, that will be a inherited trait which you have received from your parents. There are some examples of inherited trait like hair color, it may be black, brown, red, eye color which may be black, brown, blue, green, height, tall or short, ear lobes which may be free or fused means attached. In this diagram, different type of eye color are shown to you. Here, the two types of ear lobes are shown. This is the fused one and this one is the free one. And this diagram depicts the different type of hair textures and hair colors which we get from our parents. These are the inherited traits which we get from our parents because of their genes. The term heredity and inheritance, they often sound similar, but in actual they are not same. Heredity is passing of traits through genes from one generation to the next, whereas the term inheritance is the passing of property, of rights, etc. on death of one generation to the next. Therefore, heredity is known as inheritance of genes, that the genes which we receive from our parents. Gregor John Mendel, known as father of genetics, he has studied inheritance in pea plant and he has given certain laws of inheritance. He performed series of experiments with the pea plant for approx 7 years long, and he kept all the data which he has, all the experimental analysis, the statistical analysis, he has maintained record of that and analyzed and concluded that how the genes, how the factors, at that time genes term was not known, at that time the factor term was used. Therefore, he analyzed that how the factors transferred from the parents to the offspring. And on the basis of it, he has given certain principles of inheritance known as laws of Mendelian inheritance. Now Mendel and his work on inheritance. How Mendel has done his work. He has given a contribution to the principles in genetics, therefore he is known as father of genetics. And the experimental plant on which he has done all his experiment was pea plant, known as, the scientific name of pea plant is Pisum sativum. He started his experiment on pea plant. He has done cross hybridization processes or cross breeding and has given the laws of inheritance like law of dominance, law of segregation and law of independent assortment. On the basis of monohybrid cross, he has given law of dominance and law of segregation, whereas law of independent assortment was given on the basis of dihybrid cross done by Mendel. Now why Mendel has selected pea plant? Mendel has chosen pea plant for his experiment because pea plant has several contrasting characters. Approx 7 contrasting characters were there, like height of the plant, whether tall or dwarf, flower color, seed shape, flower position, pod color and pod shape. Pea plant has a bisexual flower and in nature it is usually self-pollinated. But Mendel has done cross-pollination. He artificially hybridized the two traits or two contrasting characters of the plant and studies the laws of inheritance. Then pea plant has short lifespan and it is easy to cultivate also. This slide is about the Mendel garden pea plant experiments and the 7 contrasting characters which he has chosen. Here the flower color, that may be purple or white. Purple will be the dominant trait and white is the recessive trait. Height of the plant, tall and dwarf, where it is written short, but in NCERT this term is used as dwarf. Then seed color, yellow and green, and the dominant trait out of yellow and green is the yellow seed color. Then seed shape, round and wrinkled, pod color, green and yellow, pod shape, inflated and constructed, then flower position, that may be axial position or may be the terminal position. Now how Mendel has conducted his experiments? Mendel has selected the area for his experimentation and in that area he has firstly chosen the pure tall plant and pure dwarf plant. Then he has done the cross hybridization. How this cross hybridization was done? As you know that pea plant bear a bisexual flower. He has taken a tall plant and in that tall plant flower he has done emasculation. Emasculation means removal of anthers so that only female part will remain on the flower and there is no male part, male reproductive part. He covered that flowers with the transparent bag so that so that undesired pollen can't fall on it. And when this stigma or we can say the female reproductive part get matured, he has chosen pollen, he has taken pollen from the dwarf plant and dusted that pollen onto the stigma of the tall plant and again covered it with the transparent bag. Fertilization take place. After the pollination, the fertilization will take place and the seeds will develop from the fertilized ovules. That seeds, when he has grown that seeds, he observed that all the plants were tall. And then he has done the selfing of these tall plants. When he has done selfing of these tall plants, in next generation he found that few plants are tall and one is dwarf. He got 3:1, 3 tall plant he got and 1 dwarf. This type of cross which he has done is known as monohybrid cross. Why monohybrid cross? Because Mendel has chosen only one character. He has shown the inheritance of single pair of contrasting characters. Here in monohybrid cross, he depicts the inheritance of dominant and recessive characters in monohybrid cross. For example, cross for the height of the plant, a cross which is done between the pure tall and pure dwarf pea plant. Now the cross which he has done, how the record of that cross was maintained. This slide is depicting the record which he has maintained. He has chosen parents. Phenotype, firstly he has written that pure, tall and pure dwarf. This is the phenotype of the plant which he has chosen. As I have told you earlier that tall plant and dwarf plant, this pea plant has bisexual flower. What he has done in tall plant, he has removed from the flower of the tall plant, he has removed the pollen grains, or we can say anthers are being removed. Why it is done? Because only the female reproductive part should be with the flower एंड सेल्फ पॉलिनेशन ना हो बटे, इसलिए उसने क्या किया है, एंथर्स रिमूव कर दिए टॉल प्लांट के, सिर्फ और सिर्फ इसके पास फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव पार्ट रह गया और इसको एक कैरी बैग, ट्रांसपेरेंट बैग से कवर कर दिया ताकि अनवांटेड पोलन हवा से, पानी से या फिर इंसेक्ट्स, बर्ड्स की हेल्प से ना आए, इस पर डस्ट ना हो. देन ही हैज़ चूजन द ड्वार्फ प्लांट. ड्वार्फ प्लांट के जब पोलन मैच्योर हो गए तो उस प्योर ड्वार्फ प्लांट के पोलन उसने कलेक्ट किए एंड देन उन्हें डस्ट ऑफ कर दिया ऑन द टॉल प्लांट स्टिग्मा. वो ट्रांसपेरेंट बैग हटाया और ड्वार्फ प्लांट के पोलन जो हैं वो टॉल प्लांट के स्टिग्मा के ऊपर डस्ट कर दिए. अब वो पोलन जर्मिनेट होंगे, पोलन ट्यूब बनेगी बेटा, फर्टिलाइजेशन होगी और फर्टिलाइजेशन के बाद जो सीड्स बने वो सीड्स उसने ग्रो करके देखे, सॉइल कंडीशंस उसको दी, वाटर दिया और जब वो ग्रो किए तो जो सारे के सारे प्लांट्स उसके पास उसे ऑब्टेन हुए, दे वर टॉल, वो टॉल थे. तो उसको लिखा कैसे उसने? फर्स्टली फिनोटाइप वाज रिटन प्योर टॉल एंड प्योर ड्वार्फ, देन द जीनोटाइप कैपिटल T फॉर द टॉल प्लांट एंड स्मॉल t फॉर द ड्वार्फ प्लांट. जब जीनोटाइप लिखा जाता है बेटे तो इट इज़ रिटन इन एलिलिक पेयर और टॉल क्योंकि डोमिनेंट करेक्टर है, देयरफॉर द कैपिटल लेटर हैज़ बीन चूजन फॉर इट. ड्वार्फ एक रिसेसिव करेक्टर है. रिसेसिव मीन्स ये अपने आप को एक्सप्रेस तभी कर पाएगा, स्मॉल t अपने आप को एक्सप्रेस तभी कर पाएगा जब इसके साथ दूसरा स्मॉल t होगा. तो इट इज़ अ रिसेसिव करेक्टर, मीन्स ये मास्क हो जाता है किसी से. पर डोमिनेंट करेक्टर चाहे वो अकेला है, जैसे कैपिटल T चाहे अकेला है या किसी और दूसरे कैपिटल T के साथ है या कैपिटल T स्मॉल t के साथ है, तो ये अपने आप को एक्सप्रेस करेगा. तो देयरफॉर टॉलनेस इज द डोमिनेंट करेक्टर एंड ड्वार्फनेस इज द रिसेसिव करेक्टर. जीनोटाइप के बाद बेटे उसने गैमीट्स लिखे. गैमीट्स जब बनेंगे तो वी विल पुट कॉमा बिटवीन दीज टू टीज, या फिर इन टीज को अलग अलग कर दीजिए, कैपिटल T अलग अलग लिख दिया और स्मॉल t. इनका क्रॉस करवाया. इन F1 जनरेशन वी विल गेट कैपिटल T स्मॉल t विच इज़ द हाइब्रिड टॉल प्लांट, बट वी विल नॉट यूज द टर्म हाइब्रिड. यू हैव टू सिंपली राइट टॉल प्लांट कि पौधा टॉल है. देन जो टॉल प्लांट F1 जनरेशन के थे उन्हीं को पेरेंट्स बना लिया गया, उनकी सेल्फिंग करवाई गई. जब सेल्फिंग करवाई गई दो तरह के बेटे गैमीट्स बने, दैट इज़ कैपिटल T एंड स्मॉल t. उन दोनों गैमीट्स को लिख लिया. जैसे यहाँ आप देख सकते हैं कि हॉरिजॉन्टल टेबल की हॉरिजॉन्टल साइड पे कैपिटल T स्मॉल t अलग अलग करके लिख दिए हैं और वर्टिकल पोजीशन पे भी कैपिटल T स्मॉल t. जो हॉरिजॉन्टल साइड पर है दे आर रिप्रेजेंटिंग द फीमेल गैमीट्स एंड ऑन द वर्टिकल साइड इट इज़ रिप्रेजेंटिंग द मेल गैमीट्स. अब ये पुनेट स्क्वायर बनाया और पुनेट स्क्वायर में हमने देखा दैट कैपिटल T विल फ्यूज विद कैपिटल T एंड इट फॉर्म कैपिटल T. व्हेन दिस कैपिटल T विल फ्यूज विद द स्मॉल t इट विल फॉर्म कैपिटल T स्मॉल t. दिस कैपिटल T विल फ्यूज विद स्मॉल t, it will be capital T small t and this small t fuse to form small t. Now what will be the results of this F2 cross or this monohybrid cross? After in F2 generation he obtained 3 tall plants and 1 dwarf plant. This is the phenotypic ratio. Phenotype means जो आपको दिखता है, that is the physical character जो आपको visible है. तो टॉलनेस इज एंड ड्वार्फनेस इज विजिबल टू यू. तो कितने प्लांट उसको टॉल मिले F2 जनरेशन में? 3 प्लांट्स उसको टॉल मिलते हैं और 1 प्लांट ड्वार्फ मिलता है. कारण मैंने आपको बताया था, कैपिटल टी जब कैपिटल टी के साथ है तब भी टॉल है, कैपिटल टी जब स्मॉल टी के साथ है तब भी टॉल है. तो दिस मीन्स दीज थ्री आर टॉल एंड दिस वन इज द ड्वार्फ. स्मॉल टी इज द ड्वार्फ. अगर आपसे पूछा जाए व्हाट विल बी द परसेंटेज ऑफ टॉल एंड ड्वार्फ प्लांट इन F2 जनरेशन इन अ मोनो हाइब्रिड क्रॉस, तो इट विल बी 75% टॉल एंड 25% ड्वार्फ. ये कैसे आया 75%? टोटल कितने कॉम्बिनेशंस हैं? 4. तो टॉल कितने हैं? 3 by 4 into 100, इट विल बी 75%. इसमें से बेटा सिर्फ एक ड्वार्फ है, तो 1 divided by 4, 1 out of 4 is dwarf, तो 1 by 4 into 100, so we can say 25% are dwarf. Now what will be the genotypic ratio in F2 generation in a monohybrid cross? It will be 1:2:1. Means one genotype will be capital T, two genotypic combination will be, two will be capital T, small t, and one will be small t, small t. This is a description of the, or we can say conclusion of this monohybrid cross, which I have already told you that in F2 generation he obtains 75% tall plants and 25% dwarf plants, and the phenotypic ratio was 3:1. Now what conclusion he has obtained? That phenotypic ratio is tall ratio dwarf is 3:1, genotypic ratio is 1:2:1. Here you have to write down, in genotypic ratio you have to write down capital T, here capital T, small t, and here small t, small t. It will be 1:2:1. Now the observations of monohybrid cross, all the F1 progeny, F1 generation में जितने भी इंडिविजुअल्स मैंडल को मिले, they all were tall. कोई मीडियम हाइट का कोई प्लांट नहीं था. Whereas in F2 progeny 1/4 were dwarf and 3/4 were tall. Phenotypic ratio 3:1, genotypic ratio 1:2:1. Then what he has concluded, that capital T and capital T small t, they will express themselves as tall plants, while small t will express itself as dwarf plant. Single copy of capital T is enough to make the plant tall, while both copies of small t should be there for the plant to be expressed as dwarf plant. Now traits like capital T is known as dominant trait or dominant allele, and small t is known as recessive allele. This is again a monohybrid cross, but in this monohybrid cross the character which Mendel has chosen was the color of the seed, yellow and green. Yellow color of the seed is dominant over the green color of the seed. Therefore, for yellow color we have written capital Y, and for green color it is small y. Firstly the phenotype, yellow and green, then genotype, capital Y, small y, small y. Then gametes will be formed, capital Y and small y. In F1 generation we will get a combination capital Y, small y. All the individuals, or we can say all the seeds, will be of yellow color. In F2 generation we will get yellow as well as green color, and the phenotypic ratio will be 3:1 and genotypic ratio will be 1:2:1. From these observations, Mendel has given two laws of inheritance. First law is law of dominance, that out of the two alleles for a gene, one will express itself, and the one which will express itself is the dominant allele, and the other one which will remain masked is the recessive allele. The dominant allele or the trait will express itself in the homozygous as well as in the heterozygous conditions, whereas recessive allele will express itself only in the homozygous condition. Here in the statement, when the parents have pure contrasting characters, means Mendel has chosen the pure tall plant and pure dwarf plant. Therefore, the parents with pure contrasting characters are crossed. Then only one character is expressed in the F1 generation. This character is dominant character, or we can say the factor, and which can't express itself is called the recessive character. Then he has given the law of segregation. Law of segregation states that during gamete formation, the alleles of gene for a trait will separate out. They will segregate out. Here in the statement, it is written, every individual possesses a pair of alleles for a particular trait. During gamete formation, a gamete receives only one trait from the alleles. A particular trait may be dominant or recessive in a particular generation. Now there are certain important terms which you will study in this chapter. First is chromosomes. So as you have seen in the very first slide that chromosomes are thread-like structure found in the nucleus of the cell, and these contain genes on it. And genes are unit of inheritance. Then contrasting characters. These are the a pair of visible characters such as tall, dwarf, white and violet flowers, round and wrinkled seeds, green and yellow seeds. These are the contrasting characters. Next is dominant trait, the trait which expresses itself in a F1 generation is a dominant trait. For example, tallness is a dominant trait. It will express itself in heterozygous conditions as well as in the homozygous conditions. Whereas the trait which does not express itself but is present in the generation, it will remain masked, is a recessive trait. For example, dwarfism in a pea plant is a recessive trait. The recessive trait will express itself only when it is in homozygous condition. Now next, what is homozygous condition? The condition in which both the alleles are of same type. For example, for tallness, if it is capital T, this condition is homozygous. अगर दोनों बटे small t इकट्ठे साथ साथ हों तो that condition is homozygous. चाहे दोनों कैपिटल टी हों चाहे दोनों स्मॉल टी, दोनों एक जैसे होने चाहिए. तो दैट कंडीशन इज द होमोजाइगस कंडीशन. नेक्स्ट इज हेट्रोजाइगस कंडीशन, द कंडीशन इन विच बोथ द एलील्स आर ऑफ डिफरेंट टाइप्स. फॉर एग्जांपल कैपिटल टी स्मॉल टी. This is a heterozygous condition, but it will express itself as tall plant because capital T is dominant over small t. Next is genotype, which is the genetic makeup of the individual. For example, for a tall plant, it will be capital T or capital T small t. Then phenotype, it is external appearance of an organism. For example, if the plant has composition, has genetic makeup or has genotype capital T small t, it will appear tall. Although it has gene for the dwarfness, but the dwarfness gene will express itself only in the homozygous condition. Then homologous pair of characters. These are the characters which is contributed from father as well as from the mother. It has one from the father and one member from the mother. Both have genes for the same character at the same position. Next is allele, which is the alternative form of a gene. Let's recapitulate that what we have learned today. We have learned about heredity, that is the inheritance of characters or transfer of characters from parents to offspring because of their genes. Then Mendel contribution to genetics. Gregor John Mendel, known as father of genetics because he has given laws of inheritance. He has chosen the experimental plant which he has chosen for his experiments was pea plant known as Pisum sativum. And why that plant was chosen? Because it has 7 contrasting characters which are easily observable to you, and it has short lifespan. Then it bear bisexual flower which is usually self-pollinated but can be easily cross-pollinated also. Then Mendel has done monohybrid cross. The monohybrid cross is a cross which is done to study the inheritance of a single character. Then we have done important terms like phenotype, which is the visible character, or the character which is visible to you is because of the expression of genes. The genes which are made up of DNA and proteins, they express themselves in the form of proteins, and that protein will form a visible character, or we can say phenotype, will give a phenotype to the individual. Next is genotype, which is the genetic makeup of an individual for a specific character. Alleles are the alternative forms of a gene. Genes are the unit of inheritance. Dominant and recessive trait, the trait which expresses itself in the homozygous as well as heterozygous condition, if that is the dominant trait, and recessive trait will remain masked if it is in the form of heterozygous condition. It will express itself only in the homozygous condition. Then the laws which Mendel has given is the law of dominance and law of segregation. Law of dominance state that out of the 2 alleles, one allele will dominate over the another, and the one which will dominate that will express itself. The dominant allele will express itself in the homozygous as well as in the heterozygous condition, whereas the other one which will remain masked is the recessive allele, and recessive allele will express itself only in the homozygous condition. Then the next law which we have done was the law of segregation, that in a monohybrid cross, Mendel has studied that during the gamete formation, the alleles of a gene will segregate out, they will separate out. They will separate out independently, and these 2 laws, that is law of dominance and law of segregation, these 2 laws were given on the basis of monohybrid cross. That's all for today, students. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you.